morning, everyone. We are Group 8 and let's proceed to pray. Carla, can you please lead the prayers? Please stand up po.
Everyone, please stand up. In the presence of our dear Father, Lord, salamat ito sa mga kapatid mga araw. Salamat sa mga alaman na sinabibigay sa araw-araw. Patawaran ko sa ating pagkakasala. Salamat sa mga biyaya sa araw-araw. Naway patuloy ko yung patawaran ng pagkakasala.
Amen. Before we sit, pwede po pa-arrange ng chairs tsaka papunan ng So, okay na po. So, before to we discuss, meron po kami motivation.
Alam mo siya, kasalanan niya. Nakita na ako kung ba yan. Basic.
Sino po ba ito?
Dali na. Hindi naka-highlight like sa
Next week, price ko siguro next year na lang.
Okay. Ako yata na. Kita ko din yan, pero siguro.
Ami Rocks.
Ano na? Yan.
Rayos.
Uy, nag-prayer daw si Norla. Bakit naman daw? So, Budari!
Bakit sa Carla.
Dali lang kayo. Kita ko na. Yung Ravi, yung Mickey. Ay, hindi siya.
Thank you, Sir Carla. Brandon.
Kita ko na rin yung
Nakatas.
dalawa na kita.
Ako naman. Maawa ka naman sa
Mickey's na. Hindi ko pa nakikita yun. Ayun no, nakita ko na. Ako na lang, hindi niya nakita. Sagutin ko saan.
And the last,
Be, ako tawagin mo.
O, diba? Perfect.
Thank you for the participants and let's proceed to the discussions. The first reporter is Rodel Almeida.
Everyone, my name is Mela Pilla and I am the principal of Group A. May I start with the principal of guide teachers when using ICT na implement process. Okay everyone, wait, please read all of you.
Principle 1. Learner-centered principle. Student-centeredness is a common theme and key feature when using technology in the classroom.
Okay. Principle ba? Learning principle. Because of the learner-centered principle, students can actively cooperate to their classroom. Most of the time, dahil sa computer or technology, yung ibang student is nag-i-enjoy mag-aral or sila na mismo yung nag-i-engage yung mag-aral. Dahil sa principle na
Principle 2. Accessibility principle. Technology is used to expand learning opportunities for all students, including non-traditional learners.
accessibility principle. Accessibility principle, it is all of the student can allow to use technology. For example, yung may mga disabilities. Ayan. Hindi mo sila pwedeng i-block sa paggamit ng technology dahil sa may disabilities sila. Kaya sabi dito na technology can expand. So dahil sila principle number 3.
Principle 3. Collaboration principle. Technology is used to build relationships and foster partnerships within the learning community and with other stakeholders.
From the word collaboration, lahat ng dulo tayo sa mga nerd. May pagkaisa. And because of technology, everyone is can I call collaboration principle. Technology. Collaboration principle. Parang nakikipag-collaboration na sa mga students. Nakikipag-socialize eh. Dahil sa principle number 4.
Principle 4. Accountability principle.
These ideas not to get away from using ICT, but to use the best, most effective technologies that
These the learning process and
and to learn how to use these technologies to their fullest potential.
From accountability principle, it is emphasize the using technology and for example, dito is yung pamilyar ba kayo sa Canvas? Canvas.
Yes.
Yung may mga Canva. Yung mga di ba din yung ginagawa ng mga teacher yung mga
activity na may deadlines. And because of that, every student can organize what they do. Guys, so principal 5.
Principle 5. Responsiveness principles. Technology is used to increase the flexibility of educators in addressing individual needs and preferences.
Responsiveness principle. Ito yung pinapakita ng teachers yung concern niya sa isang estudyante through technology. For example, sa GCs, ayun, pinanat niya yung isang student kung okay pa ba yun, gano'n. Hindi na siya happy, parang gano'n. Pinapakita niya yung concern niya. Principle 6.
Innovation principle. A teacher should continue to identify best practices of using or integrating ICT in the classroom.
From the word innovation principle, yung sa innovation principle, dapat yung mga teachers daw or yung mga future educators is willing ma-improve, willing pa matuto ng iba't ibang ways to teach their students using technologies para mabigay pa nila yung mga best and yung pwede nilang magawa sa mga students nila is mag-improve pa, mas madami pa tututunan yung mga students nila based dun sa pag-improve mismo ng pagtuturo nila gamit.
Yung yung mga teachers daw, kailangan nilang i-evaluate yung mga available tapos yung mga pwedeng ma-adapt ng students nila sa classroom nila. Hindi lang basta gagamit ng technology.
Tagyan ko na lang din siguro. Sinasabi din nila using technology, mas nagbibigay opportunity yun sa estudyante na mag-aaral at maging epektibo yung gamit yung technology. Thank you, Mr. Michel. Let's proceed to another topic. Mr. Basic, developing a model for using motivational technology. Sino po gusto magbasa? Yes po, Ms. Balcasar.
So first element, content. So the content refers to topic, concept, theories, idea, or organizational frameworks. It is usually found in printed learning resources.
Yes po. Content po is the most important element in basic elements po sila developing ang modern basic educational technologies. Kailangan po as a future educator po, meron po tayo mga content na gagawin po sa mga activities na natin. And dapat po, para maging mas ma-effective po yung pagiging pagtuturo natin, dapat po at i-master po natin yung content po, which is the refers to topic, concept, or theories. And dapat po, hindi po tayo meron po tayong sufficient content of knowledge para po. Tapos mas important po sa atin as a future educator po yung content. Always remember that the content is an important agent of a learning environment. Second po. Yes po. Second element, pedagogy. Pedagogy refers to the art of teaching. It includes strategies, techniques, and approaches that we use to deliver instruction to facilitate learning and assess students' understanding. It refers to your deep knowledge of the processes and the practices. Pedagogy means po it is other term of the word of education. Pedagogy po plays an important role in the development of a model. And dito po sa pedagogy po, dito po yung parang meron po tayong teaching strategies po. Teaching strategies to achieve specific learning objectives po. And sa pedagogy din po, requires teachers to often technique about methodological knowledge. And for example po, facilitation and direct instruction are pedagogical strategies that we often use to support teaching and learning. Pedagogy means other form of the word education. Yun lang po.
So let's proceed with the third element, which is social interaction. So who wants to read? Pangalan ko muna ako. My name is Papi Yan. Okay.
Social interaction. You see that social activities are common in daily life. Human beings naturally live and work in various communities, allowing them to turn to others for help when they encounter challenges. Social interaction can also be linked to pedagogical and ecological knowledge.
So thank you, Miss Bea. Social interaction. You may consider social interaction as one of the key features of a technology-enhanced learning environment. So a learning environment must provide a comfortable space where students are willing and able to communicate with one another. Dahil din sa social interaction, mas mapapadali yung mga gagawin ng mga students dahil nakikipag-interact sila sa iba. So, fourth element is educational technology tools. So, Karen, please.
Fourth element, educational technology. Educational technology is a design and support tool. You use these tools to design a learning environment. The capabilities of the learning environment that design depend heavily on the capabilities of the tools.
First year. You, Miss Karen, educational and technology tools. As a teacher, you need knowledge on educational technology to design effective instruction. You need to understand different available instructional technology tools, their capabilities, limitation, and effective ways of using them. Using them for a specific target of learners so that you can effectively integrate educational technology into teaching and learning. As a future educator then, dapat meron din tayong alam sa mga educational technology, and also dapat meron din tayong solid foundation on the use of educational technology. Yun lang.
Okay, everyone. This is a continuation of the basic element.
Consider ito.
Okay. TPAC. May idea ba kung gusto ko TPAC niya? Pag na-word TPAC, ito na yung TPAC stands for Technological Okay, meron siyang 3 domain with TPAC, which is TK, PK, and TPAC ulit. Technological knowledge. Ito, nag-refers ko sa kaalaman ng isang teacher kung paano niya ituturo sa isang estudyante yung nalalaman niya. Ayun lang yung pagkakaintindi ko sa logical knowledge. Ayun sa pedagogical knowledge naman, ito is yung kung paano niya mag-deliver yung knowledge niya sa estudyante ng maalam or effective. Sa content knowledge naman is for example, may subject siya, mas dinidiscuss siya o tinuturo niya ng specific mas estudyante yung topic or lesson. So, ayun lang. Supporter.
Practical tips for teacher when using ICT. First, what's the name? Termia.
So, number 1, do not be afraid. Computers may look difficult, but anyone can learn to master them. Any teachers can find ways to use ICT in the classroom as long as she makes sure she can cope with it. Syempre, practice pa lang naman po eh. Syempre, sa practice, syempre, dito na po nagkakaroon ng mga update, yun, yung mga about sa paggamit ng computer. Pero, madami naman pong ways or madami naman pong mga strategy kung paano gumamit ng computer. So,
Thank you, Mr. Fermia Balazar. Tulad din additional sa may paliwanag ni Mia, dito, alam naman natin na ang paggamit ng computer is hindi talaga mahirap. Lalo na kapag hindi nyo talaga masyadong kabisado yung paggamit ng computer. Pero meron din tayo mga ways para, or pwede tayo manood kung paano gumamit ng computer. Then, ang mga teachers ay pwede rin silang ang mga teachers ay meron silang mga naghahanap sila ng ways para any teacher can find ways to use ICT in the classroom as long as she goes with it. Lahat tayo may kakayahan na ma-master ang pag-summary ng pag-computer, lalo-lalo na ang mga teachers. Siyempre, usually, dapat alam ng mga teachers kung paano gamitin, lalo na ngayon kasi modern na tayo. Kumbaga, technology talaga yung natin ginagamit. So, who starts?
Wait lang ulit, ang pangit. Go.
Start with very simple ICT project in your class, only projects where you can solve the problem yourself. It will be a success. Later on, with more experience, your project can become more complex. Example dito yung as a future teacher, bibigyan natin sila ng task, yung paggamit ng Canva. Diba, gagamit sila ng Canva. Gagawin mo lang sila ng simple design, hindi mo agad sila papagawin ng infographic.
Add ko lang kasi sinabi ni Bea, tulad sa atin, BEd yung course natin which is in the future, mga elementary tutorial. So, once na in-introduce natin sa kanila yung technology, hindi pwede na bigla natin sila bibigyan ng mga tasks kung saan sobrang hirap na yung kailangan ng designs, which is dapat mag-start tayo sa mga simple na mga na pag-edit ng mga projects nila para doon pa lang hindi na nila ma-take yung technology para mas mahirapan sila, which is ma-take nila para maging advantage yun saka mas makatulong sa pag-aaral.
Make combinations. ICT projects are not necessarily extra lessons. Think about making combinations with your normal lessons. This will give you where to draw the line and thus it will increase the chances for success.
ngayon, yung since nasa information age na tayo, real time, sobrang common na yung mga technologies, pwede na gamitin nila ng teachers sa mga normal lessons. For example, yung mga teachers, nagtuturo sila sa students sila, nagdadala pa sila ng laptop to show videos, to show pictures para mas ma-visualize ng mga students sila yung lesson nila. So, hindi naman kailangan na separate yung normal lesson mo and yung ICT or yung technological lessons mo. And pwede mo silang ipagsama, pwede mo silang combine para kasi successful mo.
And addition to what Mr. Joy, ito din yung mas magiging, lesson yung natin yung mga gagawin, then yung mga, makakasave tayo ng mga time sa mga lalo na pagka sobrang dami, mas ma-iisip. And fourth,
Alam mo, sarap ko
Or
na.
focus on didactics na technical aspect learning process. Yung didactic goal kasi, ito yung pagtuturo ng teacher. So, kailangan natin ng limitation sa paggamit ng mga digital devices para mas yung learning ng bata is nagpa-process pa rin. Hindi nakabase sa mga device.
Dito sa my core, ang computers ay hindi siya usually na ginagamit sa classroom. Ginagamit natin ang computers para ma-improve ang ating mga learning process or yung parang yung way natin ng ng pagtuturo is ganun pang maging effective.
Kasi yung mga maraming teachers ngayon na nag-pressure na sa information age and gusto na makisabay sa paggamit ng mga educational technologies. So parang ginagamit nila yung computer kasi ngayon yung uso yun, nag-i-innovate na yung mundo. Pero hindi naman talaga nila namamaster yung computers para maituro sa mga students sila. So, hindi nagkakaroon ng learning process or hindi nag-improve yung pag-aaral ng mga students nila. So,
I think Mr. 6, please read Laika.
Role of the teacher changes. Be aware of the changing role of the teacher. This role shifts from one instructor to other roles like the mentor, coach, guide, and motivator.
Explain.
So, yun nga, yung syempre talaga, teacher tayo magiging role model ng student, especially, ang tuturuan natin is BL mga bata, tayo talaga yung tatayo bilang role model nila, and sabi dyan, isa tayong mentor, coach, guide, and motivator. Kaya naman sa maging teacher tayo, kasama yan lahat, dyan yung magiging coach, parents, yung pag-guide natin sa students, and yung pag-motivate natin sa kanila para maging active sila sa klase and para pumasok sila everyday.
Okay. And 6, Robert.
You are a learner too. Every day, a learner will find a new thing. Every day, a teacher will find new information, especially when computers and the internet are involved. Don't be afraid to admit to your students that you do have learning. So, explain ulit. So, since sabi dyan, not because you are a teacher, you know everything. So, wag natin itago sa mga students natin. Kung magiging teacher tayo, wag natin itago sa mga students natin na may mga malalaman tayo na magagaling din sa kanila. So, not because we are a teacher, we already know everything.
Dagdag ko lang po, so, dito, lalo na, sa mga, sa mga teachers, lalo sa mga teachers, araw-araw po nagtuturo, gumagamit sila ng computer sa iba, naghahanap sila ng mga new information para sa mga gagawin sa mga topic nila or sa mga ituturo nila para sa kanilang mga estudyante. So, don't be afraid to admit your students that you have to learn. Hindi, sabi nga ni Robert, hindi porkit na teachers ka is alam mo na yung lahat. Hindi ka na pwedeng matulong ng ibang mga bagay. Huwag kang matakot or mahiya sa mga
is a learning activity. Think again about everything that your students might do during and for the lesson as learning activities.
I need
So, dahil nga mas madali na gumawa ng mga activities dahil sa mga online tools, pwedeng gawin bilang as a teacher, gawin natin para maging mas entertaining or mas active yung klase natin sa ipapagawa natin activities. Gawin natin relevant or yung makaka-relate lahat ng mga students gaya ng paggawa ng mga activities na about sa mga trend ngayong trending ngayong taon ganun. Tapos kung paano naman nila sagutan is yung yung way na magiging mas active siya kagaya na makikita natin yung kagaya no online class na kapag nasasagutan natin yung mga activities is may mga lumalabas na leaderboard sa sinasagutan natin yung online activities.
Okay, thank you.
Sa pagpa-plan and pag-design din natin ng mga learning activities, dapat nasasagot din ito yung mga objectives natin as a teacher, yung mga dapat matutunan ng mga students, yung mga dapat related yung mga activities na gagawin natin as a teacher dun sa learning objectives natin na ginawa.
Tama po lahat ng sinabi namin. Ito sa plan and design learning activities, students are most likely to learn from active involvement learning process. It is necessary that you think of ways to encourage interaction between student as well as with teacher and plan these activities and design from the lessons. So number 8, Miss Mabana. Can you please read number 8?
Assign assessment is an important particular of the assign assessment. Assessment is an important element of almost all courses, particularly as fear of failure and or the desire to excel are prime motivators for students.
Okay, thank you. Number 8, design assessment. Ito is ensure that assessment are not only appropriate for the learning objectives, but also that they motivate students to complete the necessary learning activities in a appropriate way. Number 9 is university is just
Reflect on activities and others. It is easy to get bogged down in the details of our course.
okay, thank you, Ms. Jocelyn. Dito sa number 9, be flexible on activities and assessment. Sabi dyan, dapat naka-align sa lesson yung mga activities and assessment. So that's all for my part.
Morning everyone, I am John. There are two different types of ICT, but I will tackle the first is some traditional ICT. When we heard traditional ICT, what comes into your mind? Yes, Ms. Salazar.
Yung dating talaga, ito yung mga like Garo,
Yes, Miss Shermia, baka gusto mong tutulungan si Miss Serain sa what comes in your mind when you hear traditional ICT?
So yung traditional ICT, example dito yung mga lumang, ano bang tawag doon? Nakalimutan ko yung mga lumang computer.
ito yung ginagamit ng mga teachers and students for everyday such as the Excel, Access, PowerPoint, mga ganyan. And Word, and kapag bumili tayo syempre ng computer, yung mga ulat ng dito such as the Excel and the PowerPoint. Syempre, at first, pag bumili tayo ng computer, ulat ng ideas ng mga ganyan. Simply by login and access to the maaano natin siya para ay yung mga magkakaroon tayo ng magkakaroon tayo ng simple skills of ICT and activity na by logging in and giving their profile by logging to the network or using a username. SAS, an example ko po dito, ito yung mga Excel, Access, PowerPoint, and SAS specific, subject specific software. Yes, Mr. Policarpo.
Subject-specific software. These include specific subject software such as GeoGebra, Grapes, reading software, GIS for geography, image manipulation software for visual art, special programs for languages, to name a few.
Subject-specific just user all kinds of software and hardware are designed to be used for specific purposes, just like the reading software, geography, creative yung mga software po para ma-access po natin yung mga specific yun lang po. Specific software. Thank you po, and that's all for my part. Ay, hindi ko pala siya.
Yes, Mr. Shi. A browsing software is a very important powerful knowledge management other than management. Bookmarks should be one of the first things you should teach your students. So, yung browsing naman, hindi siya kagaya ng mga basic computer software and subject-specific software na applications talaga siya. So, ang web browsing software, ito yung mga web, yung mga ginagamit natin yung mga search. For example, Google Chrome, yung mga Internet Explorer, sila Firefox, na pwede tayo mag-research ng mga information, iba't ibang information na related sa mga sinabi.
Very well said. Thank you, Mr. Shane Cruz. Tama po siya. Yung web, additional lang po yung